Colin Stagg, wrongly accused for Rachel Nickell's murder, endured 13 months of wrongful incarceration, is finally going to meet Paul Britton, the man who has long shouldered the blame for these catastrophic failings.
It feels a bit strange, actually, after all that went through.
You must have heard some stories. You must have been told various yarns that end up giving you a particular way of seeing events.
I think mainly from the media, the newspapers,
Yeah.
and things like that. We all know how much they tell the truth, don't they? Yeah, sorry.
You must have some questions.
When I was in prison,
Yes.
I would have liked to have had a visit from you, so you can make your proper assumption. It was the fact you did it remotely. You never got to meet me. Do a proper report on me.
I understand that. Of course, I wasn't allowed to any of those things. My role was entirely to do with guiding the police in the early stages of an operation they wanted to use to either eliminate someone from their inquiry or to put them in a position where they could learn more about them. There wasn't anyone known, certainly to me at that stage. So I wasn't in a position, I couldn't come and examine you because that wasn't part of the brief.
Did you ever tell the police that I was the murderer of Rachel Nickell?
No, I did not. I told the police psychological characteristics of the murderer of Rachel Nickell, and during the run of the operation, on a number of occasions, I had to guide them and hold them back where they wanted to say, it's him, it's him. My view is, no, you can't say that. You don't have the basis for saying it.
The main reason detectives charged Colin with Rachel's murder was because they claimed he shared information with Lizzie James about the placement of Rachel's body that only the killer could have known.
This question has nagged at me for nearly 30 years. And it's, how did you know this? Here are the options that I've looked at. One is that you did it. Well, we know you didn't.
Yeah.
The man who did it is in Broadmoor. The second is that in some way you came upon the scene. You were walking and you saw it. Well, we know that's not the case because you weren't on the Common.
No, exactly, yeah.
Okay. The third is that you guessed. Well, that's a fantastical guess, isn't it? How do you guess that? You don't. The last method is that somehow or other you were shown. What you were able to describe is more than it was just in one photo. Can you help me with that at all?
They said she had her throat cut, and I'm sure someone told me that she was almost decapitated. Could have been gossip, and I just picked up upon that and I thought, oh, she must be bloody decapitated.
Would that be during an interview?
No, locally, where I lived.
You mean
There's
someone
lots
from the
of
general
chat.
public?
There's lots of speculation going around about what happened. It escalates like Chinese whispers, doesn't it?
Yeah. Do you feel any sense of blame towards me for what happened to you?
I did, all those years ago. I thought you were to blame. As time's gone on, I think my biggest enemy were the press, the tabloids. But I don't blame you personally now.
Do you remember when you and I were both in the court and I was in the witness box and your barrister asked me if you suffered from a personality disorder? And my answer was, I do not know. I've never met him, I've never assessed him. So it's not just a question of me making that notion up today to deal with your concern of years ago. In the witness box, I was able to say, no, I don't know. I've never met the man. Does that help you at all?
It does, yeah. It does a lot. But now we have met after 30 years. I'm actually pleasantly surprised.
Well, I'm glad.
I always thought you were a bit arrogant, yes, but now I've actually met you. I think you're a nice guy.
Well, I'm glad we met properly.
Me too. Right, fancy your pint?
With their meeting concluded, how do Colin and Paul feel that it went?
It went better than expected, really. I had questions I wanted to ask him, but for the life of me, I just cannot remember them. I'm happy with it.
I've been straightforward, I've been honest, I've told the way it was, and I'm happy to stand by that.